So how are we to relate to this story in our own life? That's the important thing. Let's make this real. We've all had those times when we felt like life was attacking us on all sides, right? Whether it was repeated bouts with an illness, multiple parts of our life being impacted at once, or any number of things coming together at once. We've all had those. I can tell you for myself, when I was first diagnosed with the physical symptoms that I've been dealing with, the temptation to take my eyes off of God and worship the golden image of disease, whether that was all day thinking about it. Oh my God, what is this, what is this? Or frantically, you ever do this? You get all these symptoms, you put them in a search engine. What do I have? They have no name for it. That is stepping away from God. That is worshiping the golden image. I'm trained to focus on God, to focus everything I have on God, because that's what I'm made of. I'm made of God. The answers lie, right? We have cause and effect. Cause is in the divine realm, in the invisible. Effect, manifestation. Illness is a manifestation, so is health. So my focus is here to demonstrate here. So for me, I was able to come back around to faith and trust. Because again, as I said just earlier, it was a blessing for me. It absolutely was a blessing. My faith grew as a result of the hardship I went through. But what happened in the course of the 2 years that I've been actively dealing with this, I was then bound. The heat was turned up higher. More abnormal blood work, more masses that were suspicious that they wanted to keep an eye on. More symptoms, right? So I had yet another opportunity to practice staying focused in the divine realm, right? I could see it and let it defeat me. And Jen will tell you, on some days, there were days that I stayed in bed. But on other days, I rose above that. I remembered who I was. And I kept one foot in front of the other, which led me right here today. October 5th, right? It's the 5th? Is it the 5th? Okay. Hey, I know what month I'm and day I'm in. That's pretty good. So how can we remain faithful when the heat gets turned up for these guys? Can you imagine how hard that is? Well, we put our spiritual armor on as follows. We keep doing what we believe to be the right thing to do, no matter what. No matter what it feels like, no matter what we think is coming down the pipe, we keep doing the same thing. That's what they did. That's what they did. You could feel the strength of them through the story. We engage a spiritually evolved friend or minister to hold the high watch for us. If that's necessary, that's absolutely fine. It's hard. Last time I was in the ER was 2 months ago. And all I could say on the gurney, I had so little strength, was, God, God, And I put out the prayer petitions like you do here with the box. I'm human, right? But I got through it. I got through it on the backs of a lot of prayer. We stay connected to God and the ways we know how to do that. And it's different for each of us, but we do that. We ask for help and believe we receive the help before its demonstration. We believe. We believe. And then we could expect as a result, back to the story, no sooner were they put into the furnace did something very interesting happen. And you all heard it. There was a fourth person seen in that furnace with the fruit. And they say the fourth one looked like God. And in fact, metaphysically, isn't that exactly what happens, especially in hard times? God is with us, in us, as us, is us, especially in hard times. We're never alone, although sometimes we act from a vantage point of being completely divorced from any kind of spiritual power. We act as if we are alone, but we never are. That is the very first thing that we will do. We will remind ourselves when we're going through this, we are not alone. God is here. God is right in the midst of any situation. God can conquer all. So we're prayed up. We hold fast to our faith and strength. We remind ourselves that God is here. And what is the result? They were seen unbound. Remember, he got the strongest people and they bound them up. And all those guys died. No scars. Not even the smell of smoke on them, right? Their faith in divine presence brought them through this battle. And in the end, this is the byproduct of it all, you see. In the end, King Nev, just by witnessing this, was converted. Now remember, at the head of the story, he was like, anybody who doesn't bow down, we will destroy destroy them. Just by witnessing this miraculous event, he could not deny the power behind these three. What they believed in. Cause. Sometimes we don't realize it, but we can give great service to our fellow human beings just by the way we walk through life and how we deal with our own troubles. You ever see people who tell you years later, you really helped me. What did I do? I just walked through my life. Not so. In the end, the three were promoted by the king. They weren't focused on that promotion. There's nothing in the story that would indicate they expected a promotion. So not only did they convert this guy, but they themselves, as a natural outpouring of focusing on their truth and their convictions, they were promoted. And by promoted, we can have any number of different things. More love in our life, more abundance, more health, whatever the case was, by staying focused. If you use my example, staying focused, knowing that I inherit health. I don't inherit sickness. That's staying focused. That's staying off the golden image. So, what is the formula? What is it? I like to give a handy-dandy formula. What is it that we should do when faced with the trials and troubles of life? The things that can feel like a furnace being turned up 7 times hotter than normal. So we're talking about the real powerful things. Here's a handy-dandy little list. Number 1, stay true to your convictions. No matter what. No matter what you think's coming down the pipe, stay true. You know what they say, 90% of the things we worry about never come to pass anyway. So stay true to your principles. Number 2, know the power of God. First and foremost, think of the power of God. Number 3, know your own power. As children of God, know who you are. Remember, your true essence is not the meat suit, it's your divine self. Remember that. And it's hard to do, but you can do it. 4, hold fast your faith and strength regardless of the circumstances in life, just like they did. They said, I loved it, our God will save us, and even if he doesn't, we're still not bowing down to your golden image. Number 5, believe that good is here before it gets here. This is the key. When you're laying down in pain, when there's no money in the bank, having the strength to believe that manifestation is on its way, because the only thing that's real is of God, and those things are not of God. So keep believing no matter what. 6, keep your focus on the divine realm and off the material realm. And 7, know all the results will take care of themselves. Resist the temptation to go run to the finish line. We're not responsible for the results. We don't have to set forth a visualization that says, I want this much money in the bank. None of that. Stay with the divine realm. Just stay focused on the things of heaven, the things in the divine realm, and let the results take care of itself. I like to say focus on the head, not the tail.